I've made 13 cards for you today using the Dear Santa Mega Kit along with some add-on products from Spellbinders. Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome to my channel. Let's start going through the contents of the kit. This box is so cute and it's full of wonderful things. So let's crack this open. We have 20 A2 cards and envelopes. That's really, really nice. Then we have 8mm adhesive tape, which I totally forgot to use, you guys. I put it aside and I just used my own adhesive only because I forgot. Then there's also 40 foam squares. There's 18 pieces of cardstock. So let's look through that. You're getting full sheets, 8.5 by 11. So out of each sheet, you could get 4 A2 size card bases. So you've got a couple of silver and gold metallic. Then you have some gorgeous blues and turquoise, some greens, some more blue. Lovely, I love that dark blue. Isn't that so pretty? Then there are some reds, pinks, of course, and then you kind of have like a brown and I would say kind of a cream color. There is also a 40 sheet 6x6 paper pad, and these are single-sided, and there's gorgeous, gorgeous pattern papers in here. I think Christmas pattern paper is my most favorite. I think I just really love it because you have so many different designs and colors and it's gorgeous. Look how pretty that one is. Oh my gosh, I love these. Let's look through a few more. Then it starts to repeat, so you get a couple of those designs, which is really fantastic. Then we have 298 die cut ephemera pieces. So those are in 2 packs. And there is so many pieces, you guys, like so many pieces. And they're so fun. That was one of the reasons why I really wanted this kit, because look at how cute those are. You get 1 sheet of 60 gemstones. I actually did not use any of those. You get 38 chipboard frames and corners. I love those shapes. You get 2 sheets of puffy stickers and then 2 sheets of chipboard stickers. And then we have some add-on products. This is the Letters to Santa set. I love it. We have the Ornaments acetate embellishments, the Postage stamps washi tape, and a BetterPress sentiment and coordinating die. And I totally hurt my finger on that cardboard. Like I sliced my finger. It did not feel great, but look at how cute this washi tape is, you guys. I can't wait till you see how I use it on one of my cards. So we're going to make the 10 kits from the card first, and then at the end I'm going to make the 3 cards from the add-on products. Now, what I did was I took the solid colored cardstock pieces. I die cut 10 of different colors, A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then for a sheet like this, for the patterned paper, I cut that to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So that way you could have a nice frame of that colored cardstock around the edges. Then I also cut a 2" by 4 1/4 inch strips of pattern paper. And then I die cut, I think it was 2 inches by the 5 1/2 length of the card. And then I cut strips of the silver metallic cardstock. Not the silver, I'm sorry. I don't use silver. I did the gold. But obviously you could do anything that you want. So you'll see a lot of those in play, but I just kind of wanted to give you the dimensions of those. And I did all of that cutting ahead. This was a tip that I got from Tina from Cards and Coffee Time, because I know I've seen some of her work and she just makes gorgeous, gorgeous cards. And I've seen her do layering cards. And I'll be honest, I struggle more with using ephemera pieces. Like it's a struggle for me. I love it and I want to do better, but it is not, I don't feel like it comes super easy. So I looked up one of her videos just to kind of give me some tips on how am I going to layer some of these things. But the tip that I got was cutting all this paper ahead of time, because I was trying to just pull together each card and do it that way. And I'm like, that just doesn't work. It makes sense when you have all these matching products to just cut all of your stuff ahead of time, and then you just put them together with all of your ephemera pieces. So that was the tip that I got about it. And then the layering stuff I'm still working on. I do think these cards turned out really, really cute, and I am very happy with them. But that was the tip that I got from her, and so that was really fantastic. So you can see on this one, we took the patterned paper, that 2" by 4 1/4. I placed it at the top and then added it was about a 1/2 inch that I cut each of those gold metallic papers. I cut them a 1/2 inch wide, and I just slid it underneath to show a little bit of that gold metallic edge. So these cards definitely went together a lot faster once I had all of my colored cardstock and patterned cardstock cut and trimmed down to whatever I wanted it to be, and then I could just throw these cards together. I love this little card. Even though it's the post office, it looks like a gingerbread house to me. And I thought that was just really cute. I'm kind of obsessed with gingerbread houses. So let me know in the comments, you guys, if you love kits like this, where everything is already done, and I did not bring anything from outside. I am just using this kit. I wanted to keep it that way for you guys, rather than bringing in other dies, which you could do all of that, but I just wanted to show just the contents of the kit and how you could make the cards, and I think they all turned out really super cute. I love this Santa one with that North Pole sign. I love kind of that gingham. Is that gingham down there? I think it is. That pattern, I love it out of that patterned paper. I think this was one of my favorites. So cute. Let's add some foam adhesive. Of course, I'm going to add foam adhesive all over my cards because I love the dimension for things like that. And anything that's hanging off the edge, I will trim off. Let's get some foam adhesive behind Santa. There's lots of postage things in here. You've got deer, you have lots of fun greenery and holly berries, and you have Christmas tree. There's some presents. There's cookies. There's just all kinds of things. The stickers, the chipboard pieces are all really, really cute. And again, I'm only doing 10 cards out of this kit. I feel like you could do more than 20 definitely out of this kit. Even though that's what they give you as far as card bases and envelopes, you could definitely get more than 20 out of this. I'm going to lay this little holly jolly piece, and I will trim the edge that hangs off. I'm not going to show all that detail just because we have to get through a lot of cards, and this is already about a 21-minute video. So thank you for hanging in there with me because it's worth seeing all these cards come together. This is one of my favorite cards because I love the hot cocoa, and I absolutely love the gingerbread cookies with the icing because I am just in love with gingerbread cookies, like the real gingerbread cookies. And then I brought out one of the stickers. I ended up changing it out because I did not like the placement, but I think it's cute. This Fa La 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 is so cute, but I just didn't love it once I had my design laid out here. So I picked a couple other, and I'll show that here in just a minute. But look at how cute these gingerbread cookies are. Darling. So I'm going to tuck all of these down into that little the bunch of leaves and holly berries, and I can't think of what that long thing is called right now, but I know it has a name and it's just not coming to me. But how cute is that? I'm going to do one more cookie on the left side here, and then I'm going to go with a Merry Christmas sentiment because it just was too open. And these are the stickers too, and I love the colors. It matches that patterned paper at the bottom there. Really, really cute. Let's dot our I, and that just turned out darling. I love it. So again, I added that pattern paper at the top with the strip of gold mirrored cardstock, and then we have all of these ornaments that we are going to hang essentially. So I'm not adding any string to this. You could if you wanted to, but again, I was just trying to stick with the kits and just making things work how I want them to work. And really, it turned out really, really nice. I think this is one of my other favorite cards too. I have a few favorites. And I love ornaments. I love to have ornament die cuts and things like that on cards, on Christmas cards. That is one of my favorites for sure. So let's get some foam adhesive on these guys. And I'm going to add some greenery at the top to fill in that space. And then that's also, and you can see here I'm adding some greenery and holly berries to the tops of these ornaments to cover up, so you're hiding the fact that you don't have a string there hanging, if that makes sense. And then these other guys I'm going to tuck right into there, and I love how this card ended up turning out. So again, let's add some foam adhesive. Foam adhesive is your friend. It really just makes cards look so much better. And if you just do even just a 1 millimeter, it still is super easy to mail, and it's very low profile. I tend to use 1 millimeter and 2 millimeter because I just love dimension on cards. And I'm going to trim that excess off. And how cute is that one? Let's add our sentiment. And it says, I think this one says Merry Christmas. Beautiful. And then here's one where the pattern paper is on the left-hand side. So it's 2 inches by 5.5. And then we are going to add our greenery and our florals. And I'm going to use a chipboard sticker for the sentiment on this one. This card came together so fast. Let's tuck those guys under there. I had to remove some of that foam adhesive because I couldn't get these poinsettias tucked under far enough. But look at how pretty and simple that is. And then of course you can add the gem stickers. I just totally forgot about the gem stickers. That and the adhesive, I think I had moved out of my site, and so I just didn't even think about it again. But this one could definitely benefit from some of those. Now we have our solid pattern paper on the background. We are going to have our Happy Holidays sentiment, some more florals and greenery, and then we've got the 2 stockings here. And there's actually 4 because there's 2 of each style in this, but I'm just going to use the 2, and I think this one's so simple but so cute. It looks like it's hanging from that sentiment. I love this patterned paper on this one. I think it's so fun. I really like this card a lot. I love that this says he's making a list. I think that's just really, really cute on the nice list. So it just kind of has this little theme. And then I just loved all these other little pieces that I wanted to group together and just add to this card. I felt like this card could handle it. So we're going to tuck in pieces. We're going to tuck in greenery, really build this one up. So as you notice, some of the cards are way simple. Some are a tad bit more complicated. And I'm going to use that term loosely because I just mean there's just more stuff on the card. But I love it. I'm going to trim that piece in half and then just tuck that over there. I didn't want too big of a piece of greenery. And then we have our little holly berries here, and I like that spot. And then I'm going to use a chipboard sentiment as well on this card. And at first I had it down and I moved it because I didn't love, it just felt off like when I had it straight across here. I just didn't love it. So then I ended up going, yeah, that's a no, and I'm going to move it. I'm just going to line it up with the other things, and there we go. This is a chipboard frame, and it has sticky adhesive on the back, which is really fantastic. And then let's just create like a half wreath around this with some of those pretty greeneries. And then we've got our poinsettia. We have a little cardinal we're going to add, excuse me. And he's really cute. We're going to put him right here at the bottom. And then we just have a Merry Christmas sentiment. I think this card turned out really pretty, and there's a lot more frames. I just ended up using the one. I tried to bring in other ones and it just didn't fit some of my designs, but there's a lot more frames than this. So I'm going to add some foam adhesive behind that sentiment and pop that right across the edge. And I do add a little bit of glue underneath the edges there. Okay, let's go on to our Letters to Santa set. So we've seen our 10 cards from the kit. These are the 3 cards with the add-on products, and I am using some of the cardstock and pattern paper from the kit, of course. But I've got 3 of these envelopes. These were already die cut like this. I did not have to die cut them. There's the background with the pattern paper from the kit and the solid cardstock from the kit. But let's glue our envelopes shut. I love this card. I think this turned out so fun. This is absolutely one of my favorites. So we have 3, and then we have 3 envelopes that we're going to use. 2 will be closed, 1 will be open. There's cute little note, like from like little notepads, one that says Dear Santa, one says wish list. There's different sizes. I'm going to glue on some of these postage stamps. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I just can't even take it. And this red and white striped envelope is my favorite. It's so darling. So we're going to tuck that back there. We have our wish list. We have our Dear Santa letter, but it's not written yet. It's going to be written. And then we have more of the postage stamps here. They do not have adhesive on the back, but they do pull apart, which is really fantastic. So look at how cute. This is already cute. So let's get this glued down. I'm going to use some foam adhesive, tape runner and liquid glue. And then we have this little guy here. I want to make sure we're seeing the envelopes. We're seeing the postage stamps on them. It's like this person is writing, maybe sending their Christmas cards. They have their wish list out. They're going to send a letter to Santa. Like the whole thing, I just think is such a cute layout. This one I do need a little bit of foam adhesive because it is layered on top of multiple layers of paper. And so I'm just adding 1 millimeter on the left-hand side. And then we have our extra little postage stamps that are lying around that I'm going to adhere down. And we will add a sentiment to this card and another card here in just a minute. We're going to do that at the end, but I just wanted to get the layout done. And then let's add some greenery. It just needs a little greenery on this. So let's get a few of those pieces and kind of pop them into place. Again, I'm being careful because I don't want to cover up the postage pieces. I don't want to cover up all of the envelopes or anything like that. So I'm kind of careful where I am tucking these in. And I'm going to tuck one more in that front little envelope as well. So let's pull that piece in. Yeah, I like that. I think that turned out really, really cute. Okay, let's go on to our next card. So I have a piece of the white cardstock trimmed to 5 inches by 3 1/4 inches, and I am taking the washi tape and we are going to create our patterned paper background with this. I just am in love with this washi tape. Oh my gosh. So I'm doing 3 and then 4 and then 3 and then 4, and you can see that I'm alternating these. Look at all of the darling designs. Oh my goodness. I just love this washi tape so much. And I'm not a washi tape person. It's just not something I tend to use on a regular basis at all. But man, I love this one. Let's trim all the excess off. And then we can get the rest of this card put together. And this one is also going to have a sentiment using the BetterPress plate, which I will show here in just a little bit. So that's how that's going to go. Then we have this cute, the little, oh my gosh, postage. No, what are they called? Oh my gosh, I can't think of them. My brain's not pulling it in. Anyways, a little mailbox and the little postage letters, even though I know that's not what they're called. You guys, you're going to have to put it in the comments because my brain is just not doing it. Anyways, I'm going to tuck those in the top. We've got some greenery here. Super, super cute. Postcards, that's what they're called. Okay, let's go on to our last card here and then we will do our sentiments. This is the Ornaments Acetate Embellishments. Like I said, I love the ornaments. That's a chipboard sentiment. I loved this sentiment and I thought this would be really cute to add these ornaments all the way around this card. You guys, this card is so easy to put together. I mean, this took seconds. What a fun way to use these though. I love these. And I'm going to add more in the centers there. But they're great stickers. They just stick down. Let's pop in a couple more. I need to fill in those pieces there. And I love all the different shapes, sizes, colors. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Cute. Okay, let's do our BetterPress sentiments. I'm using the BetterPress system. I'm inking up the stamp with black ink. I've got the cotton cardstock from Spellbinders taped to the lid. I'm going to run this through my Platinum 6 die cut machine. I like to go slow forward and back, making sure this really gets a good impression. There's our sentiments. We're going to use the coordinating die to die cut out our sentiments. Yay, I love a coordinating sentiment die. It's my favorite. And then we're going to place it on these 2 cards here, and then we can take a look at all of the cards. But let's add some foam adhesive. Of course, this one says delivering warm hugs, and this one says, oh, what fun. I just love that. A little bit of liquid glue on that end, and we're going to pop this right here. And then let's take a look at our cards. These are our additional cards with our add-on products. I just love these. I love that washi tape background. Oh my gosh, look at all those letters. And then let's take a look at the 10 cards from the kit. And again, you can make way more than 10 cards. Oh, it's so pretty with all the patterned paper, all the ephemera pieces. You have the chipboard stickers, the puffy stickers. I just think all these cards turned out fun. All the colored cardstock, all the different looks you get. I just think these turned out so fantastic. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed all of these cards. I hope you feel inspired by this video. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back soon with another video.